looking at different teams that got in or didn't get in, it seemed like it was a moving target on what metrics mattered. I mean, do you guys have any ever, I guess, not input, but they tell you any idea on whatever goes into some of these decisions, going into the year?
For this year?
Just in general, do you hear anything from the committee on what to do or
No,
not do?
nothing different than what you hear. And I think, probably much like, you and a lot of people, you're trying to, over the last 4 or 5 days, we've watched a lot of games, a lot of conference tournaments, and, looked at RPI, every hour to see it, go up and down. And but I think it's 10, leave it up to 10 people. And one of the things, it's my belief, do I believe that we should have gotten in? Sure, but I'm the coach at Ole Miss, and that didn't get in. And every year there's people that didn't get in. And I look at our resume and scratch your head and say, hey, we should get in over this team or we should get in over that team. But the truth of the matter is, we put ourselves in that position. And there's other teams that didn't. They were feeling pretty comfortable today. Either waiting to be a national seed or a host site, or clearly in as an at-large bid. And when you put yourself on that proverbial bubble, you leave it up to 10 people, and I'm sure those 10 people, there are a lot of good baseball people on that committee, and they're looking at a lot of different metrics. And really the answer to your question is, I think over years what I've realized is the metrics kind of changed, depending, the committee has a different personality, the way they look at certain things. And it's been a few years since we've had 10 teams in our league, but we've had 10 and we've had 9. The last 2 years we've had 7 and 8. And does that have to do with the league or the personality? Probably a lot of different things. And so, there's been times where people in our league have gotten in with 14 wins. We've gotten in with 14 wins. We've not gotten in with 14 wins. And so, once you put yourself in that position, you realize that you're in jeopardy of not making it. And you left it up to, it's like leaving it up to the umpire. The best thing my old boss used to tell me, be up 3 runs, so when the umpire blows a call, you're still okay.
As the weekend unfolded and the bubble kind of shrank, just what were your feelings coming into the day?
The truth is, I don't know enough about that, and I don't mean it egotistically. We haven't been in this position. Yeah. We've only not made it 3 times out of 17 years, and the other 2 times we didn't make the conference tournament. We knew it was a stretch. It was this year, so we didn't know about the size of the bubble, and didn't know, even watching it yesterday, how naive, not knowing, was that a lot of openings or not a lot of openings. When Rice wins, or when South Out wins, that's a good thing for us. But you didn't really, for me, from a guy that's never done that. The other, you guys may have done it more, certainly the national guys. Look at it every year and their bracketology. I didn't know what to really take from that. But again, I think the same answer for Chase is, you left it up to those 10 people. You knew it was going to be close, and you just, you were hoping that it was going to fall in your favor.
What do you think, Mike, kept you guys from being more consistent this year?
I think a lot of people, you guys will probably write about our age and our youth, and but I think it's just, it was a lot of things. I think certainly, you look at the offense, was very inconsistent, but I don't think we pitched well down the stretch. A team that really kind of hung their hat at the beginning of the year on pitching. We didn't play solid enough defense. There's times that we could be really good defensively, so we were consistently inconsistent. We just didn't do enough things well, time in and time out. And I think that's the thing that hurts. Is it's not that you look at this team and say they're not talented enough, they're not good enough. This is a team that won some big weekends against good people. I mean, when we look at the field and the hosts, the teams that are hosting, I think we beat Southern Miss, we beat Arkansas, and of course you talk about the schedule and the difficult conference schedule that we played. But just a team that just wasn't consistent enough to win some of those weekends, and May came down to one more game on one weekend to get to 500 or 16 wins in the conference that we weren't able to get.